Welcome back to the channel, subscribers. Today I'll be describing why I stopped believing defined benefit pension schemes. If you have a defined benefit pension yourself, you want to understand how you can transfer it, if you should transfer it, what your options would be, you want to understand the process, book in below via our description section, via our Calendly link for a free consultation with myself or one of our senior financial advisors. So, why did I stop believing a defined benefit pension scheme? So I wouldn't say that I don't believe absolutely everything, but in my experience of working with them over the course of the past 6 years as CEO of Dominic James, what I can say is, and I could probably document this 500, 600 or 700 times, of them saying that they will do something and then not doing it. A very simple example, we submit an LOA, we request around 30 to 35 pieces of information in addition to the cash equivalent transfer value, because the cash equivalent transfer value alone is not enough to write a DB report. There are so many other factors that we need to know to write a credible report to ascertain, or for the pension transfer specialist to ascertain whether it is suitable for you to transfer your defined benefit pension scheme or not. So say on the 1st of July, we will submit our LOA document, which allows us to gather information in your scheme, along with 35 factors that we require. Maybe 3, 4, or sometimes 5 or 6 weeks later, the scheme will finally get back to us with the CETV and the information. The fact that it even takes them that long to send the information is a massive red flag for me. If, as a professional services firm, if as my client you emailed me and said, Dominic, could you please send me your documentation relating to this part of my policy? Could you please answer these 10 questions for me? If I took longer than a couple of days to respond to you, more than 24 hours typically, I would think that's a pretty poor level of service, or at least message back and say, real busy, we'll be back to you by the end of this week, or whatever it might be. With defined benefit schemes, they take ages. And then what happens is they'll come back with the information which isn't correct. So say on the 1st of August, they've sent the information. We'll respond on the 2nd of August. Hi, you haven't provided all the information. Can you please provide this information? Okay, we're working on a 8 working day turnaround time. Okay, fine. We expect the information in 8 working days time. It gets to 10 working days time, no information. 15 working days time. Oh, hi, sorry, yeah, we're really over schedule at the moment. Sorry, it's going to be however long. It can then take another double or triple the time that they originally estimated. So that is one part in terms of the service of these schemes. I've just stopped trusting what they say. Even if they say it on a recorded FCA telephone call, they will renege on it. If they say it on email, we'll have this information with you, they will just renege on it and say, sorry, these are only standard operating times. Sorry, no, we're not going to have the information with you. Another thing that I don't like and I don't trust is the fact that they will not often disclose the reason that a CETV or the information and factors that were used to produce that cash equivalent transfer value. Why? Because legally they're not required to. The UK government does not force DB schemes to have a transparent system which outlines how a client's CETV has been calculated. Personally, I don't think this is correct. If you've been with a pension scheme or administrator for 30 years since you've had your final salary scheme, they will have made a huge amount of money from your employer who is paying them to manage that scheme for them. So, when somebody's getting a CETV, maybe it was £1 million and it dropped to 800,000 or 900,000. Myself and the client obviously want to understand what's happening there. Yes, we know interest rates have gone up, inverse relationship with CETVs, we expected a drop. But still, I would like to be able to do due diligence for my client to ensure that CETV hasn't overly dropped or for the reasons of the calculations that have been done. We've had numerous occasions where the providers have come back to us and said, we will not be disclosing that information to you. We are legally not duty bound. We've spoken to the trustees who said this will be too much of a costly and expensive exercise for us. As such, the answer is no. The computer says no. To which I'm like, well, hang on a minute. For example, I said, okay, I would like to just ask for a specific factor. So over the past 4 months, can you tell me the discount rate, the 10-year or the 20-year rate, gilt yields I mean, that you've used to calculate your CETs over the past 5 months? That's 5 pieces of data. I don't think that's a timely or costly exercise and shouldn't take that long. And very often they still decline it. I don't like this. It's people's money, it's people's savings, it's people's retirement. I personally think the scheme should be very flexible, or should at least, they may say, look, this is an unusual request or it's a time consuming request, whatever it might be. It's going to take some time for us to get this information to you. We're not legally duty bound to give you this information, but we do want to be transparent and we will try to help. Many of them just say no though. Personally, my feeling on the matter is that very often, say they were to disclose all of the information, this would hold them accountable. It's not like you can get a CETV and then you can go and compare it with other industry experts to work out if it's correct or not. It's like the final answer. this is what we're going to offer you in return for 30 years worth of pensionable service at our company. Take it or leave it, and you don't get to understand the calculation in any more detail, other than the very basics which anyone can read by watching a few YouTube channels. I don't think this is correct. So for me, maybe I'm too pessimistic now because I've been working with them for too long, but I just don't like the way that they behave, the way that they protect information, the way that they treat every single person who's considering a transfer out to be some form of idiot who doesn't know what they're doing or hasn't done any research or has been cold called by some horrible financial advisor and they're going to lose all of their money and they're going to be scammed and all this stuff. I've never come across that with any of the clients that I've worked with. Most clients are very intelligent people who spent a very long time researching and understanding what to do with one of the most valuable safeguarded assets. So guys, that is why I'm out, so to speak, with defined benefit schemes. And I have to caveat, there are a few schemes that work very well. There's also, I've done a video on Mercer, in my opinion, in terms of their service, which you can watch on the channel as well. There's a few schemes that do a good job, but the majority of them, in my opinion, they're happy to accept the fees which the employer would have paid them, but when it comes to delivering service to the client yourself, who never actually picked them in the first place, there's not a lot of competition in the market, the service and quality of information they provide is not very good. Guys, that's my piece on why I stopped believing final salary schemes, or things I have to say. If you have any questions, let me know, and as always, I look forward to speaking with you soon, and take care of your pensions.